What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again to talk some Tennessee Vols football and to do a season preview and prediction, okay, for those Tennessee Vols. Last year, Tennessee had the best season they done had in about 23 years. Offense was explosive, and we going to see if they can pick up where they left off. Josh Heupel, last season in his second year, had those guys playing like you ain't seen Tennessee play in a long time. Offense was scoring at will, especially against my Alabama Crimson Tide. I got to throw that in. But anyway, they lost some key pieces though. They lost Hendon Hooker. They lost Cedric Tillman, among other guys off that prolific offense, that explosive offense. But also they bringing some guys back. All right, they bringing back Brew McCoy, Squirrel White. At the wide receiver position. Also Ramel Keaton, running back. They bringing back Jabbar Small and Jalen Wright, quarterback. They bringing back Joe Milton. Joe Milton took over for Hendon Hooker when he got hurt last season and won some games. All right. So, and Joe Milton is not your run of the mill quarterback. I'm telling you that now. Joe Milton can be a terrific quarterback. Now, he might surprise us and pull a damn DJ Ungualalele on us, because y'all remember when DJ Ungualalele was a backup for Clemson. The dude looked terrific, making plays out of this world. But then when he became the starter, those great plays he was making went out the window. You were like, where this guy come from? He didn't look the same. Eventually he wound up getting benched and he transferred. So hopefully that ain't the fate of Joe Milton. All right. So, but let's get into this 2023 season for the Tennessee Volunteers, which they opened up the season September 2nd against Virginia in Nashville. So I'm going to call this a home game for Tennessee. But they playing Virginia, a terrible team who went 3-7 last season and projected to go 4-8 this season. Terrible. The only three teams they beat last season was Richmond, Old Dominion, and Georgia Tech. And they only beat Old Dominion by 2 points and Georgia Tech by 7 points. Straight up terrible. When it comes to Tennessee, Virginia shouldn't even be on the field with them, because Tennessee is going to run up and down the field on Virginia. I'm going to tell you that now. Virginia's offense is coming into the season ranked 124th, and their defense is ranked 24th, okay? Not too shabby for the defense, but they ain't going to be able to stop nothing that Tennessee is going to try to do, especially if the offense even remotely look anything like it did last season for Tennessee. Just not going to happen. Now, granted, last season, Tony Elliott, he was in his first season for Virginia, okay? Going into his second season, in this game, it ain't going to make no difference. Tennessee will win this game big. So Tennessee will beat Virginia week 1. Moving on to week 2, September 9th, they got Austin Peay. Ain't even no reason to even talk about this game, because we already know what's going to happen. Austin Peay is going to come into Neyland Stadium, get the brakes beat off of them, collect a fat check, and go on back where they come from. All right? Tennessee, this is a bye week for Tennessee. All right? But they still get a win, a W in the win column on a bye week. That's exactly what it is. So Tennessee will start out 2-0 easily. All right. Week 3, September 16th, they go to the Swamp. All right. This might be a tough game for Tennessee. I doubt it, though. But it might be a tough game for Tennessee, because Tennessee hasn't won in the Swamp since 2003. And they playing in the Swamp at night. So this might be a problem for Tennessee. I mean, it is what it is. But Florida, they projected to go 7-5 this season under Billy Napier. Will they get that? I don't know, because last season it just didn't go well for Billy Napier. Granted, he was in his first season. All right, this will be his second season. And far as daggone Florida, their offense is ranked 23rd, is coming in ranked 23rd, and their defense is coming in ranked 38. You're going to have to be better than that to stop Tennessee's offense, because I'm telling you, Tennessee is going to run that same offense that they ran last season, and it is fast. So Billy Napier, you got to be prepared for whatever happens, all right? And I'm saying this about every team that's going to face Tennessee in 2023, okay? But for Florida, they ain't there yet. They not there yet. So I'm picking Tennessee to beat the Florida Gators in the swamp for the first time since 2003. All right? Next up, week 4, September 23rd, you got UTSA. All right? UTSA won 11 games last season. And that quarterback they got, Frank Harris, is no joke. This guy done threw over 1,100 yards during his career at UTSA, even though it's 4 years. Over 1,100 yards, 99 touchdowns. Jesus. And last season, he had career records, all right, in both passing and rushing. This guy last season threw for over 4,000 yards and 32 touchdowns, and he ran for over 600 yards and 9 touchdowns as a quarterback. So this guy's a dual threat, a real dual threat. So Tennessee got to have their defense prepared for this guy. All right. So these UTSA road runners, the offense ain't no joke. It's the defense. Defense is terrible. Defense is coming in ranked at number 85. 85, you know. So, hey, I talked about the offense, which I think, well, I talked about the quarterback. But the offense is coming in ranked 39. Defense coming in ranked 85. And, you know, I mean, they won 11 games last season, but you got to look at it. This is the SEC you going up against. And Tennessee, I can say about last year, was it the old Tennessee? Would they be the old Tennessee this year? I don't think so. You know, I like to talk trash to Tennessee fans and get them riled up. But Tennessee, I think, you know, they going to be pretty damn good this season, just like they was last season. But I got Tennessee beating UTSA and beating them handily. I understand they got this damn good quarterback at UTSA, but it's going to take a whole lot more than him, because that defense is terrible, and that defense ain't going to stop nothing that Josh Heupel is going to try to do. It just ain't going to do it. And Tennessee is going to beat the hell out of UTSA. University of Texas San Antonio Road Runners. But anyway, all right. Week 5. South Carolina Gamecocks. Now, South Carolina, the first month of the season, they got some pretty big games. They got to play North Carolina. They got to play Georgia. And they got to play Mississippi State and Tennessee. And throw in Furman in there too. But anyway, they don't count. But like I said, North Carolina, Georgia, Mississippi State, and Tennessee all in the first month. So they might be a little bit beat up coming into this game. But Tennessee is going to come into this game with a whole new mentality. And that mentality is kicking ass. Because what the Rattler and South Carolina did to Tennessee last season, they ain't forgot it. Put 63 on them. They ain't forgot it. But after Spencer Rattler and South Carolina can duplicate what they did last season when it came to the Tennessee game, hats off to them. But I doubt if they can do that. I don't think they can do that. I don't think they can duplicate what they did last season against Tennessee. Spencer Rattler was playing out of his damn mind. putting everything on the money. I don't think they'll be able to do it again, man. It is crazy, man. And South Carolina offense come in at number 20, while the defense come in at number 64. The offense ain't going to be able to save that defense this season. At least, I don't think so. I don't think so. So I'm sorry, South Carolina. I got to pick you to lose this game. Tennessee will beat South Carolina. And I think they're going to beat them handily, too, after last season. Josh Heupel is going to have these guys hyped all the way up for this game. So, hey, I got Tennessee beating South Carolina. Damn. I don't want them to, but, hey, it is what it is. All right. October, well, they get after South Carolina, they got a bye week. Then October the 14th, Texas A&M come to town. You know, Tennessee ain't got but 4 games on the road. I'm not counting Virginia on the road. I mean, Virginia game is being on the road because they right there in Nashville. So they got 4 games on the road, and that's at Florida in the Swamp. I already talked about that. But let me get to Tennessee. To Texas A&M, October the 14th. All right, you know, Texas A&M went 5-7 last season. Coming into the season, nobody expected them to go 5-7. I had them going like 8-4, 9-3. All right, so it is what it is, man. The Aggies, they ranked 19 in the FPI. All right, so it is football power index, whatever they call that shit. And Texas A&M is projected to go 8-4. All right, offense coming in at 44, but the defense is coming in at number 2. All right, so this is according to the SP Plus, which takes your daggone your returning production, your daggone recruiting, and your recent success history. I put it that way. That's what the SP Plus come up with these numbers, how they come up with these numbers. But anyway, defense is ranked number 2. Texas A&M did have a good defense. It was the offense, in my opinion. That was just my opinion. The offense really couldn't put a lot of points on the board last season. So it is what it is. But hey, Texas A&M, they got to be better this year. Remember, they lost against Appalachian State last year. They can't do that this year. All right. I think Texas A&M will be a whole lot better this year. Once again, 8-4, 9-3. All right. They still got a lot of those guys that they got in that number 1 recruiting class heading into 2023. They still got a lot of those guys, even though some of them transferred. So, do I think Texas A&M will beat Tennessee in Neyland Stadium? That's going to be hard. That is going to be hard. Texas A&M, they coming into this game. They had already played Auburn, Arkansas. Then after this game, they got to go play Alabama. I mean, come on, man. Texas, they do got a hard schedule, though. But anyway, getting back to Tennessee. I got Tennessee, once again, beating Texas A&M. So Tennessee is on a roll. That is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6-0. Remember last season, Tennessee was 8-0 before they lost a game. So, hey, it is what it is. But anyway, October 14th, I got them beating Texas A&M. All right. Then you got October 21st. October the 21st. They got to come to Bryant-Denny Stadium. They got to come to Tennessee. All right. And what they did to my Alabama Crimson Tide last season, my Alabama Crimson Tide going to have an agenda. They're going to have bad intentions. All right. But anyway, let me get off my soapbox. All right. But anyway, they beat Alabama last season. 3 points. They Jalen Hyatt and Henry Hooker had a field day with Alabama secondary last season. All right. They still pulled, they pulled out the win. Even though the game could have easily went the other way. But it didn't. Tennessee got their win. They acted fool, tore down the goalpost and every damn thing else, and they still talking shit. GBO, go big on. It's all good. It's all good. But you better remember, my Alabama Crimson Tide, Football Power Index, number 2, we projected to win 11 games. Who gonna beat us? But anyway, we projected to win 11 games. All right? Ranked number 5 on offense, number 10 on defense. All right? This is going to be a tall order for those Tennessee Volunteers to come into Bryant-Denny Stadium under the lights at night and get a win against my Alabama Crimson Tide. It's going to be a tall task. And remember, last season was the first time they beat Alabama. 16 years, baby. 16th try they got us. But it's all going to start over again because I got my Alabama Crimson Tide beating the hell out of Tennessee. Tennessee will lose in Week 7, October 21st, against my Alabama Crimson Tide. All right? That's just the way it's got to be. But anyway. But yeah, man. But yeah, they going to lose. Well, not Week 7, but Week 8. They going to lose in Week 8 against my Alabama Crimson Tide. It is what it is. Sorry. So there it is. That's your first loss, Tennessee. All right. I know I said they got all these guys coming back on offense. But hey, baby, we got some studs of our own. And a lot of them. A lot of them. And Alabama is going to keep that offense off the field with that run game they're going to have. Ground and pound. But anyway, Tennessee loses against Alabama, October 21st. All right. All right. October 28th, they got Kentucky. They got to go to Kentucky. All right. Tennessee beat the brakes off them last season, 44-6. And according, to the big wigs, that was the most complete win and best overall performance that the Vols had during the 2 years Josh Heupel has been the head coach at Tennessee. All right? And, they played in Neyland Stadium last season. All right? And the Josh Heupel's first year, 2021, he won by 3 points at Kentucky. All right? On Kroger Field, 45-42. All right? Tennessee was putting up points in 2021 too. But it is what it is. All right. Kentucky coming into this game with the 59th ranked offense and the number 5 ranked defense, according to SP Plus once again. All right. Number 5 ranked defense ain't bad. But you're not going to get it done, Kentucky. You're just not going to get it done. I don't see your defense. Kentucky, I think they got a long way to go. Kentucky, they inconsistent, man. Once again, another inconsistent team. They can have a good season one year and just fall off the next year. Texas A&M is another one. They just inconsistent, So I don't believe Kentucky can beat Tennessee. I don't. I think it's going to be another big win for Tennessee. I don't care where they play at. So it is what it is. Joe Milton, dual threat quarterback once again. So, it is what it is. Sorry, Kentucky. I said Kentucky. But anyway, sorry, Kentucky. Y'all going to lose to Tennessee. And Tennessee will pick up their 7th win. This is week 8. Tennessee will pick up their 7th win. All right? Or week 9. They'll be 7-1. All right? They had a bye week in between South Carolina and Texas A&M. So they'll be 7-1 once they get through beating the brakes off of Kentucky. All right. Next up, November the 4th, they got UConn. Another bye week for Tennessee. Another bye week for Tennessee. but UConn. You call it a bye week or bye game or whatever you want to call it. Because UConn ain't going to stand a chance. Ain't no point in even talking about this game. Tennessee and Josh Heupel and Joe Milton and Brew McCoy and Jabari Small, they're going to do what the hell they want to do. And Tennessee defense just going to be knocking heads because it's UConn. So Tennessee is going to beat the hell out of UConn. November the 11th at Missouri. Yep, at Missouri. Missouri. I don't know what to say about Missouri. The last two games under Josh Heupel, Tennessee put up 128 points against Missouri. And they allowed 48. But they done put up 128 points in two games against Missouri. So what do that tell you? What do that tell you? They beat them 66-24 last season in Neyland Stadium. No, they did. They beat them 64. Yeah, Tennessee won 66-24 in Neyland Stadium last November, a little over a year removed from beating them 62-24 in Missouri. They done scored over 60 points in two consecutive meetings against Missouri. That is terrible. That is freaking terrible. But oh well, it is what it is. What can you expect? Missouri projected to go 6-6. They barely projected to make a bowl game. So Missouri hasn't been good in quite some time now. So it's just going to continue on. And Tennessee going to beat the hell out of Missouri. Just like they've been beating the hell out of Missouri. No matter where it's at. In Neyland Stadium or at Missouri Stadium. Whatever the hell they are. But anyway. Well, good thing for Missouri. The stadium is right across the street from the hospital in Columbia. The hospital is directly across the street in the Columbia from Missouri Stadium. I mean, directly across the street. But anyway, Tennessee will beat Missouri easily. All right. November 18th, week 11. They got to play Georgia. Granted, Georgia coming to Neyland Stadium. Tennessee, y'all had a whole lot to say when y'all went to Athens last season. I want to see how much y'all going to have to say when Georgia got to come to Neyland Stadium. Because this is really a tall order. All right? Georgia done won back-to-back national championships. 29-1 in the last two seasons. I might add that one loss to my Alabama Crimson Tide. But anyway, 29-1 in the last two seasons. Beating the hell out of everybody. They on a roll. And trust me, when they get to y'all, Tennessee, they will still be well rested with that schedule they got. So Tennessee, y'all gonna have it hard. Remember, you was 8-0 last season until you met Georgia. You went in and got that game with a whole lot of confidence. But you came out battered and bruised and disappointed. All right? Don't blame it on the rain. Because both teams had to play in the rain. That's all I know. And it didn't rain the first half. But anyway, Georgia, number 3 in the SPN Football Power Index, projected to go 11-1. Who is that daggone number 1 team that's going to beat them during the season? I have the slightest idea. All right? They, according to the SP Plus, once again, returning production, recruiting, and your recent overall success history. That's what they, SP Plus, do their rankings from. Georgia ranked number 9 on offense, number 3 on defense. So Tennessee, you're going to have your work cut out for you. Cut out for you. I'm going to tell you that now. And from what I'm seeing, it says deciding between Georgia and Alabama as the toughest game on the schedule feels like splitting hairs. But at least the Vols got Georgia at home. Damn. Oh, Tennessee, man. Tennessee, all I know, you're going to lose this game. There ain't no ifs or buts about it. But if you do win it, it'll be a surprise to yourself and to everybody else. So Tennessee fans, if your Tennessee Vols pull off this game, it'll surprise y'all, and it'll surprise everybody in the college football world. Hands down. Same way with my Alabama Crimson Tide. But anyway, I got you losing to the Georgia Bulldogs week 11, November the 8th. November 25th, you got your rival. You got Vanderbilt. We all know what's going to happen. You beat up on Vanderbilt every year. You know, kind of like we usually do, y'all. But you beat up on Vanderbilt every year. All right? You know, Clark Lear, Vanderbilt coach. This dude is 7-17 after 2 seasons at Vanderbilt. All right? Oh, Lord. Yeah, I mean, Vanderbilt don't stand a chance. Ain't no use in talking about this game. So you got another bye week going out the season, take you on into your bowl game because you ain't making the playoffs, Tennessee. It just ain't going to happen. You ain't going to win the East, and you ain't going to play in the SEC championship, but you will have a great season. I'll put it that way. And you're going to end it by beating the hell out of lowly Vanderbilt. All right, Tennessee. So, Tennessee, with that being said, I got you going 10-2. You will lose to my Alabama Crimson Tide, and when you will lose to the Georgia Bulldogs. That's my final answer. All right. So, be happy with your 10 wins in the regular season, Tennessee. All right. You won't be October champions again this year. Not going to happen. But like any and every other year, you won't win the West and you won't make it to the SEC championship. I can guarantee you that. Roll damn Tide.